Hello and welcome back to UNCUT with KJH. This is a video series. I think I just spat. This is a video series where you get to see the good, the bad, and everything in between because it's unedited, meaning utmost authentic. Most is authentic. I didn't sleep very good last night. Anyway, I decided that I wanted to show you how I did this look on Kate Bosworth. Very peachy, very golden. The colors are being a little more amplified in the phone for some reason, but I'm going to have this open on my desk so that I can see it. I remember what I did, but you know, I've done so many makeups since that day that I forgot. I'm going to start with bronzer and start building the bronzer first into the skin. This is Seychelles, my OG. Love this. This is from Rose Inc. I really just love how easily it blends into the skin. I use it with the number 4 brush, also from Rose Inc. And I'm just going to carve out more intensity out of the shadows that I actually already have on my face. So I'm going to any areas where I see a shadow right now. So it's very important to do your makeup with your face in evenly lit space. So like if you've got a window in your bathroom and your window is to that direction, I would actually turn and do your makeup in the window versus with the window side light coming in at your face, if that makes any sense. So just getting that on, and then once I've sort of deposited it around, I'll go in and further blend. And do you see how easy that was? Just to quickly apply a little shadow and then blend it in. I'm just messing with my phone a little. There we go. Okay. So I'm shooting these videos on my iPhone on the front camera in 4K on an app called HD movie recorder or something. It's great. Okay, so that's that. The next product is going to be eye stuff because I want to do eye stuff and cheek stuff before I do concealer and bronzer and blush, sorry. I'm going to use this palette which I've been loving using. It's called the Italian Spritz from Too Faced. And I'm honestly not going to do much other than take the mid brown. It's called Gelato. There. I have an Italian Colombian sitting next to me and she just laughed at my pronunciation of gelato. Go on, Soph, how do I say it?
You said it well.
Thanks. Okay, so then just doing a little outer V on the lash line with a KJH number 18 brush. Just here. I'm not priming, I'm not doing anything sort of too complicated. I didn't put moisturizer or anything on my skin before this, so I'm sort of just doing the steps in which to get the makeup. You'll do your own skin prep that you know you need to do based on your skin type and based on where you live. So just like a little sort of semi all the way around the eye, but like soft. And using just a little brush. Somebody yesterday was like, how do I create this smoky, soft gray eyeshadow? I was like, just use a black, but use hardly any product. And if you put it over like a primed eyelid that's got a little bit of face powder in it, it will give you a gray versus a black. And you can sort of make a black eyeshadow a gray by mixing in some face powder. Okay. So again, just building that, and then we are adding some golds. So then I'm going to take a little of this gold, just a little bit of that, just and really sort of delicately smear it on. I don't want it to be super sort of glittery. I just want it to look dreamy and beachy and gorgeous, like the surfer babe she is. Obviously, mascara is going to intensify this look like threefold. So I think it's important to be aware of like what... I'm just going to take this Como After Dark shade and just do a little bit more of a sort of natural contour creasy shadow up here with a medium-sized fluffy brush. Small blending fluffy brush. I think it's important to know what your lashes are going to do when you've got mascara in them because you might find that the mascara takes the eye makeup to another level. Therefore... not going too heavy with shadow because you might not need it. Okay, so just building that in, and we're getting close. Now what I'm going to do just before I move on with the eyes is I'm just going to take one other brush with that same first dark brown shade, a little tiny brush, like a smaller version of the one that I started with. So the one that I started with was this size. I'm now going to go in with this size with that same first dark brown shadow gelato because it's going to give me a little bit more depth at the root of the lash. And I obviously, because I didn't use a primer and I didn't use pencils, there's only I want to reinforce the wear of this by just applying a little bit more powder intensely at the root of the lash. Okay, and cute. All right, this is feeling good. I'm actually going to take a little bit of this shade Lake. No, wait, that might not work. I kind of want to just see what a little bit of this does in my brow, because I feel like it might give me a fluffier brow without more color and more intensity. Yeah, kind of looks good. Because Kate's brows are really, really fluffy, and I like to use powder in Kate's brows first and then a little bit of liner to define. Like, don't look at products and be like, oh, that's for brows, I can only use it on brows. Look at products as they are apparent in the color, and then play with it based on what the color is. I didn't really do that much, but it's okay. I maybe just give myself red eyebrows. But anyway, we're gonna move on. Next, I'm gonna do cream blush. I'm gonna use this. It's actually a lab sample from a Canadian lab that I visited with last week. I'm just gonna pick it up with a brush. I'm just gonna go on the high points of the cheek here and just really saturate before I go in with concealer. Honestly, this couldn't be an easier look. You know, with celebrity talent, you typically have this sort of allocated glam time of about 2 hours, but doesn't really take that long. It takes 2 hours because sometimes, you know, there's delays from different things. Could be that, you know, there's interviews happening at the same time. It could be that the hairdresser might be moving the head more and you have to slow down with makeup because you can't really do, you know, so much at the same time sometimes. So you get 2 hours for glam. Didn't know whether that was interesting information or not. I'm gonna use this on the lips as well. And just sort of pop it on. Again, this look is gonna look slightly different on everyone because everybody's got different coloring to begin with. I'm gonna do a little bit of my Nabla lip liner and sort of cool down the edge of that lip because it went quite peachy. Looking better. Okay. So now I'm going to add concealer. So I've got my little towel. I've got blush on my finger, so I'm going to wipe that off. All Over Teint Idole concealer from Lancome. This is the shade Ivory C. IVOC. Or sorry, it's 110. The shades are a little confusing for me. Putting a little of that there and a little there. A little there, a little there. And then just tapping a little of the excess around. Again, like, I don't love to use loads of complexion on clients unless it's for like a red carpet thing. I might go a little heavier, but I don't feel like I need to really ever. And then I just take a mid-sized brush. This is a KJH number 8, and I just blend it in. Such a nice concealer. I love that it's in a giant tube. It's like, it's designed to sort of be a foundation and concealer hybrid in one. Okay, just blending that in, and it blends in so easily, as you can see. What's left on my brush goes down by the sides of the nose. And then actually it's a nice place to then take what's left on the brush over the blush if you feel like it, or around the bronzer. And even sometimes into the lid, but you would only do this as a last step because I've definitely got a little bit of concealer on, a little bit of eyeshadow on my brush, but that's kind of, I need to take a fresh brush. I'm just gonna blend in this a little. Okay. I'm going to do a bit more mascara. I mean, a little mascara before I do anything else because I want to see how dark these eyes go with mascara because I know that it's going to make them a little bit more intense. Because the black, obviously, at the lash line is going to make my lash line darker, but also the fullness of my lashes is going to make my eyeshadow appear darker because it's putting a physical shadow in front, creating more dimension in the eye. Little under there. Honestly, the last step of this makeup is just powder and freckles. It's such an easy look. It's just peachy, golden, glamorous, but like easy, not like try hard glamour. Easy, simple glamour. Oops, don't worry, I'm gonna get that off. Okay, so then just putting this on. These eyelashes, I think I sleep on this side of my face. These eyelashes are a little bit squished these days. I think I've been sleeping weird. Okay. So when this dries, I'm gonna flick it off But first I'm just going to do a few freckles. I actually think first though I might want to add a little bit more of this cheek sample, because I think I need a bit more cheek. There's a lot of cheek on this look, and it was very much like in the temples, a little in the hairline is always nice. It's nice when blush doesn't feel like it's just in one place, stagnant. It's nice when it feels like it's coming from within. So first I'm going to do my natural beauty marks and then press the excess away. And then for Kate, I kind of just did like a few like this, and then I tapped them in just to re-enhance the freckles that she naturally has on her nose. And what that does is gives you more of a beachy look straight away, but it also makes whatever foundation that you've got on look so much more natural, because it's making your foundation appear transparent. Because if you had freckles on your nose, they'd probably be covered with foundation, you know. I am going to do just a little bit more brow because I'm not really that happy with these. I'm going to go in with the blonde shade of the Nabla pen. Don't know why I didn't just do this in the first place, because it gives me option to pull more height, because it's not dark, it's not too dark, it's just more volume. Do you see? Just gave me like an instant fluffy brow, because it's a very cool toned brow pen. I love these. I love the Glossier Brow Flick too, and I also still like the Ardell. This one just feels like with innovation and as technology has progressed, it's a bit more precise. All right, so I'm gonna grab a tiny, do you see Endless Cacao in this? Thanks, babes. I'm gonna grab a tiny bit of Endless Cacao just to give a touch more contrast just there. Oops. And then the last thing I'm gonna do, because I feel like it could go a tad darker, I'm gonna take Come After Dark again, that like warm rusty color. Just put it there and go a little higher, because I think it's nice when you can see the eyeshadow above the lid and up into the brow a little. And then my last final step will be a little bit of my KJH highlighter that's coming in September, just on the down the nose, a little on the lip, just to give a gleam. A little over the cheek. This is the gold color. It's going to come in 4 shades. I feel like I could also go a little into the brow bone. I really love this makeup look. I don't normally like peachy tones on myself. The last step will be to take a spoolie and gently buff away that little bit of mascara that I got on my skin. I'm going to show you the reference really quick, just so that you can see, we can judge whether I got it close or not that close. I think the only thing that I'm looking at that feels super different is there's a little bit more pigment in the lip on Kate, and maybe more gloss, but not bad. And she's got more pink in her skin naturally. So let me just turn the brightness down and maybe, do I look like Kate Bosworth? You can be the judge. Love you all. Hope you liked it. All the products are listed below. They are affiliate links. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do. And pop any requests down for future videos. Love you all. Oh, I didn't blend my chin highlight. Okay, bye.